the leniency of the OSP regarding all the, if you like, the chances he has been given to show up, which he hasn't.
Well, good morning, Nana.
Good morning.
And
Good morning to the Dogbays.
You should have said
and the
for me, you will not say good morning to me.
Oh, I said the Dogbays and the Suparu.
We are not related.
We need to establish one thing. I think the health conditions of the finance minister is not new to all of us. In fact, a lot of noise was made when the then President Adomako waited for 6 months before, as it is, handing over the appointment to the finance minister, in the second term.
Yeah.
So, as it is, I think the entire country is aware that our finance minister has had some health crisis over the past several years. As to the specific disease condition, a few things have been put out there in the public domain, but I'm not privy to his total well-being. And let me also add that now he's a private citizen.
Yeah.
So the state has limitations in terms of what they can put out or even ask him to provide. But let me also admit that there's always a reason why some people, for one or two health conditions, may not be fit to travel. And this will not be the first time that somebody, for one or two reasons, has been denied or exempted from traveling. In fact, many pregnant women are not supposed to travel after 7 months. I mean, these are some of the...
So he's pregnant?
No, I'm just making examples. So these are some of the... And then maybe he might have some heart-related condition requiring maybe further workup before he can travel. I'm not privy to these things. But as it stands, I think that certainly if the opportunity to try him in absentia would work, I would rather encourage the OSP to just go through that route. And let me also add that he's still innocent. We haven't necessarily proven that he's guilty. And I need people to be mindful of that. And then also be mindful of the fact that based on the immediate past history of how government appointees of the past government or people affiliated to the past government have been handled, he's not entirely sure of his circumstances when he touches the shores of this land. His human rights may be abused.
His house was actually raided in his absence.
And let me add that one is very likely that he will have travel restrictions upon arrival. That means that he will have limited access to his doctors.
Yeah.
And let me be open to the public that Ken Ofori-Atta has been seeking health care before we came into government in 2016. I mean, I remember many occasions that we've met, like in transit, when he was going to the US for health reasons. So it's not new in the sense that he's always been sort of seeking health care outside of the country. So the records are there to show. So I hesitate to say much because one, I'm not a lawyer. Two, I'm not privy to his defense arguments. And I'm not privy to his health records. So
you're a medical doctor.
He's a medical doctor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not privy to his medical records. So in summary, I think that certainly there needs to be a very solid medical report to the OSP, stating categorically why the individual is unable to travel, and I'm sure that doctor must be also ready to testify in court. These are some of the things, and maybe to actually fly out an American renowned doctor to Ghana is another huge, you know, almost impossible, because he's also looking at his own risk.
Exactly.
My doctor decided not to come to Ghana because he has to take yellow fever vaccine. He says that he would rather not ever take yellow fever vaccination. So I, for one, only when I travel, you know, do I see him. I was even more of encouraging him for tourism reasons. But this is my doctor's reason for not visiting me in Ghana. Yellow fever vaccination. But so these are sort of challenges that the OSP may face. Whichever doctor writes to encourage Ken not to come, at some point will be subpoenaed to come and give a testimony, which travel expenses will be borne either by the state or the defense lawyers for Ken. I mean, these are things that can be arranged. But I would certainly just encourage the OSP to take that route and then reduce television noise. I think that this is not a court of, as it is, public opinion. This is serious business that requires very serious processes, not necessarily superstardom or making it a superstar case. And I am...
Perhaps he's looking for one.
Only
it's been 8 years. We've not heard of any major convictions.
He's doing his job. I mean, and let me add that, listen, I've been very careful naming people in certain ways, especially after our experience with the Airbus. And I always cite that as an example where a gentleman, 1 or 2 or 3, eventually was found to be free, or so the allegations that were leveled against him were brought to nothing. And in all of this, I worry because the Attorney General has politicized the exit of some people in court. I mean, the likes of Opuni, to say the least. I think that these are the things that does not bode well for justice in this country.
Very well.
It so happens that many of the issues have been colored politically, and we've set a certain precedence where all of a sudden, when a new government comes, supposed crimes are then forgotten about. And I say this with the greatest of respect to the court system in this country, that it shouldn't be that all sins committed under NDC are no more sins after the NDC comes. And then likewise, the MPP administration, for lack of a better word, if they even try Ken for the next 4 years, it may so happen that when the MPP administration comes, they'll give Ken a clean slate. So these are my few words. Right. And we wish Ken Ofori-Atta, good health.
Yeah.
Even all of us as Ghanaians wish him long life. It's important. I mean, listen, whether we like it or not, he's been a statesman.
Yeah. And
one way or the other, he's been in the life of service to this country.
Very well. Very well. Thank you. Larry, I mean, these are the preliminary stages. Even the status of Ken Ofori-Atta now,